On an unusually brilliant afternoon, Lieutenant Amanda Pierce emerged from her cherished bookstore sanctuary, the sky an endless expanse of vibrant blue that promised ease and quiet. Off-duty and clad in a soft hoodie and jeans with her braids pulled neatly back, Amanda relished these solitary strolls, a time to let her thoughts wander like drifting clouds. Yet as she ambled along a less familiar avenue, the peaceful cadence of her day was abruptly interrupted by a presence that set her heart racing with a premonition of impending strife. What could possibly shatter such serene repose? At a shadowed street corner, four young men loitered in a haze of cigarette smoke and raucous laughter. Their crude banter and mocking grins painted a scene far removed from the gentle afternoon Amanda had envisioned. At the helm was a wiry figure with a buzz cut. His name, as whispered later, was Derek, whose laughter halted the moment his gaze locked onto her. In a gesture laden with derision, he signaled his cohorts to fix their eyes upon the solitary figure walking with quiet determination. Could one day's brightness so swiftly darken into confrontation? Undeterred by the sneering remarks that sliced through the air, "Look at her, strutting like she owns these streets," Amanda pressed forward with measured steps. Her experiences as both a black woman and a Navy officer had taught her resilience. She was no stranger to unwanted attention. But as Derek's voice boomed, "Hey, I'm talking to you," and his cronies flanked her in a menacing semicircle, the vibrant afternoon took on a sinister tint. Their hostile expressions and arrogant postures coiled around her like a silent threat, intensifying the tension in the humid air. In that charged moment, Amanda's pulse drummed like a battle march, yet her eyes remained as steady as a seasoned captain's. "Excuse me," she stated, her tone firm and resolute, "I'd like to pass." But the provocateur scoffed. Derek sneered, "You think you can walk by without showing proper respect?" A burly man, his arms etched with tattoos, interjected with a sneer, "Maybe she thinks she's better than us." The cacophony of scorn mingled with the rustle of leaves as Amanda's mind raced. She perceived not just malice, but a flicker of uncertainty in their eyes. Was it possible they underestimated the force they had awakened? "Look, I don't want trouble," Amanda offered, her voice low yet unwavering. "Just let me be on my way." But Derek's smirk twisted into a menacing snarl as he reached for her arm. In a fluid motion born of relentless military training, Amanda sidestepped his grasp and clutched his wrist with unyielding precision. "Don't touch me," she declared, her words as cold and unbreakable as tempered steel. For an agonizing moment, time seemed to freeze as Derek's surprise gave way to a burst of fury. Then, with a guttural command, he bellowed, "Get her," and his cohorts lunged like wild animals into a fray that would soon be decided by discipline and valor. With each measured step and deft maneuver, Amanda transformed their reckless momentum into their undoing. One by one, the attackers crumbled to the pavement, their grunts and groans echoing in the now silent street. Her actions, though violent in necessity, were executed with a calm precision that belied the storm within. When the final adversary lay defeated, Amanda stepped back, her breathing steady as she warned in a tone that chilled the air, "Stay down." The confrontation's end left the gang's hubris shattered, replaced by faces now contorted with dread. "Who the hell are you?" Derek managed between clenched teeth, his voice a mix of pain and disbelief. Without hesitation, Amanda reached into her pocket and produced her Navy ID, holding it aloft as if it were a shield of truth. "Lieutenant Amanda Pierce, United States Navy," she announced, each syllable echoing with authority. The revelation rendered their bravado mute, faces drained of color as realization dawned. "We didn't know, we didn't mean," Derek stammered, but Amanda's piercing gaze cut him off. "You judged before knowing," she intoned, leaving them with a final, bitter lesson as she turned and strode away, leaving them sprawled in ignominy on the cold pavement. What new fate awaited them in the wake of her departure? The following morning, as dawn crept in through the kitchen window, Amanda sat quietly at her table cradling a steaming cup of coffee. Her body ached with the remnants of yesterday's turmoil, yet beneath the physical strain simmered a quiet pride. She scrolled through the day's news on her phone, unaware that her courageous stand had begun to ripple outward like a stone cast into still water. A sharp, unexpected knock at the door shattered the morning's introspection, hinting that the consequences of her actions were only just unfolding. Cautiously, Amanda opened the door to find a sharply dressed man in his 40s, his suit crisp, his demeanor professional yet edged with urgency. "Lieutenant Pierce," he inquired, extending a hand that bore the weight of responsibility. "Yes," she replied guardedly. "I'm Agent Collins with the local investigative bureau. We've been tracking activities linked to Derek and his crew. It appears you had an encounter with them last night." Amanda's brow arched in mild surprise. Could it be that her solitary act had caught the attention of a larger, more dangerous network? Agent Collins explained that Derek's ragtag group was merely a fragment of a broader tapestry of hate-driven crimes, and that Amanda's decisive actions might have averted even graver harm. Folding her arms, she asked, "Then why are you here?" With a pause heavy with implication, Collins continued, "We need your insight. Your clear, brave response has sent a potent message, and any detail you provide could help dismantle this network for good." Amanda's resolve hardened. "I joined the service to protect my country," she said, her tone tinged with both weariness and determination, "but if my experience can safeguard others, I'll share everything I know." With that, she invited him inside, as the seed of a larger battle began to germinate. Inside, amid the quiet hum of everyday life, Amanda recounted the previous night's ordeal in meticulous detail while Agent Collins scribbled notes with intent. "You were remarkable," he remarked once she finished, an acknowledgement of a bravery many might have cowered before. Most would have surrendered to fear. "I had no choice," Amanda replied, her voice low but resolute. "If I can prevent more harm, I'll do all I can." With a courteous nod, Collins assured her, "We'll remain in contact. Thank you, Lieutenant, for your service in uniform and beyond it." And as the agent departed, a silent question lingered in the stillness: what challenges lay ahead in this sprawling fight? Before the day could fully settle into routine, a jolt of anxiety surged through Amanda when her phone vibrated with an ominous message from an unknown number: "You're not safe." Her stomach tightened, but her military instincts propelled her into swift action. She forwarded the message to Agent Collins and immediately called him. "I just received a threat," she stated, voice firm yet laced with urgency. "Someone knows where I am," Collins reassured, promising to dispatch a team to her location and advising her to remain indoors with every door secured. Determined, Amanda meticulously double-checked each lock, her resolve shining through despite the creeping fear. Retreating to her bedroom, she retrieved a small safe containing her service pistol, her silent promise that she would not go down without a fight if danger dared approach. Within 20 minutes, the quiet hum of her neighborhood was shattered by the arrival of two unmarked SUVs. Agent Collins emerged first, flanked by two fellow operatives, and Amanda welcomed them inside. "We traced the threat," Collins explained. "It originated from one of Derek's associates. They're trying to intimidate you." Amanda's retort was brisk: "It's not working." And with that, the plan for her imminent relocation to a secure facility, and a coordinated strike on the gang's network, was set in motion. Yet Amanda's fierce spirit would not allow her to simply vanish. "Running isn't my style," she insisted, folding her arms in defiant determination. "I need to know how I can actively help." Though Collins expressed concern over the perilous nature of the criminals, he eventually conceded, "Very well, but you will adhere to every instruction without deviation." Amanda's nod was resolute, a silent pact forged in the heat of adversity. That very night, beneath a tapestry of dark industrial silhouettes, Amanda found herself at the edge of a sprawling warehouse district. The gang's hideout loomed like a menacing fortress in the distance. Clad in a discreet bulletproof vest beneath a loose jacket and connected to Collins's earpiece, she moved with deliberate caution. "You're up, Lieutenant." "Stay outside, draw their attention, but do not engage," Collins's voice crackled in her ear. With each deliberate step toward the foreboding entrance, Amanda steeled herself for what might come next. A figure emerged from the shadows, a member of Derek's circle, his features contorting in disbelief at her audacity. "You again? You've got some nerve," he spat. Crossing her arms with a measured coolness, Amanda replied, "I'm here to set things right. Will you open the door, or must I force an apology upon you?" Hesitantly, he turned and bellowed his message inward, and moments later, Derek himself materialized, his expression darkening into a scowl. "You must have a death wish," he snarled. Amanda's reply was a calm retort, "I never retreat from bullies." Meanwhile, she stole a glance toward the darkened fringes where Collins's team was silently encircling the building, a distraction carefully maintained. As Derek taunted her, "You're nothing without your Navy badge," Amanda's lips curled into a defiant smirk. "We'll see about that," she murmured just as the sudden crash of shattering glass and the thunder of boots heralded the arrival of FBI agents. In a maelstrom of shouted commands and frantic chaos, Derek's men scrambled in vain. Within moments, the once arrogant gang was overpowered. When Derek attempted a hasty escape, Amanda intercepted him with chilling resolve, "Going somewhere?" Before he could muster a retort, Agent Collins appeared, securing him in handcuffs with swift precision. "Good work, Lieutenant," he acknowledged, as the subdued criminals were led away under a pall of finality. In the days that followed, Amanda slowly reclaimed the rhythm of ordinary life, though the embers of her recent ordeal burned brightly within her. She knew that the battle against hatred was far from over, a relentless war that required constant vigilance. Yet in that quiet aftermath, she allowed herself a moment of triumph, comforted by the knowledge that her courage had sparked a glimmer of change. What new chapter would her indomitable spirit write next?